Guys, we have huge Attack on Titan news to talk about today, so let's just get right into it. Attack on Titan chapter 95 is now out. This chapter is called Usosuki, which I'm pretty sure translates to liar. And guys, it has happened. The 9th Titan Shifter has finally been revealed. After much speculation and discussion within the community, it turns out that the 9th Titan Shifter is called the Warhammer Titan. And that makes perfect sense with all of the other hints of Norse mythology within the Attack on Titan universe. I just picture this giant Viking Titan with hammers for arms. Or something like Thor, basically. It's Isayama's final design for a Titan Shifter, unless somebody dies, so I hope that he goes out with a major bang. Anyways, it turns out that the Warhammer Titan belongs to the Tiber family. The Tiber family were apparently the first family to rebel against King Fritz in the Great Titan War. After King Fritz's withdrawal, the Tiber family has since then lived as honorary Marley citizens in high-class society in a very high-class life. The reason we haven't heard about the Tiber family up until now is due to the fact that they have a very strict non-intervention policy. They do not take sides in matters of politics or war unless that the case can no longer be helped and they have to take part in it. Even though they don't take sides in war and politics, they do have the powers of a Titan Shifter, so they are very widely known. So the chapter begins with Gabby and Rainer going towards the training facility. Gabby asks Rainer to tell her the truth about everything. She knows that he is lying about something, but she just doesn't know what. After Rainer hesitates, she said, no, it's okay, you don't have to tell me, but I will be inheriting the power of the Armored Titan, so I hope that when I inherit your memories, you will tell me everything that you weren't able to say in life. After that, she goes off to train with Falco, and boy, Falco is now extremely determined and fire up in his mission. His mission is to stop Gabby from inheriting the Armored Titan power and save her from the curse. So, Rainer walks away and goes to the War Command Room, where he meets up with Zeke, Galliard, Pieck, and a few other officials in the Marley. And it turns out that the conversation is actually being videotaped via surveillance camera by the other Marley commanders. The purpose of this meeting is to finally discuss the upcoming war and the plans to finally invade Paradis again. So, Zeke starts off by saying that lately there has been an increased amount of resistance from countries around the world. And even though the Marley has always succeeded in crushing their enemies, it comes with a very undesired result. It turns out that every time the Marley uses the power of the Titans to crush their enemies, the hatred of the Eldians in the world grows stronger and stronger. And now it's gotten so bad that the hate is almost to the point of what it was back in the olden days when Ymir Fritz was still around. People really hate the Eldians, guys. He also acknowledges that he knows for a fact that the days of Titan superiority are almost over, and that from here on out, weapons will play a key part in how the world evolves. Similar to what we saw in chapter 91, I think, where that armored train took down the Armored Titan. But here was something that was really surprising for me to hear. The reason Zeke is worried about the Titan power is not the reason we think he was worried about it. Zeke is worried because if the Titan power becomes useless, the Eldians will lose all of the value they have to the Marley. And if this happens, the Marley will become weak. It won't be able to maintain the power it had when Titans ruled the world. And once the Marley is weakened, all of the outside world will be able to invade the Marley. And if the rest of the world invades the Marley, the Eldians will be attacked and persecuted for the actions and the sins of their ancestors in the past. He says it will be so bad that the Eldians will no longer be considered human beings. Human rights will no longer apply to people of Eldian descent. So now they are truly facing a life or death situation. So they came up with a solution. The plan is still to regain the Founding Titan ability and to take rule over Paradis, but the way they are going about it has changed. They are going to use the Tiber family's upcoming festival and have the Tiber family use their influence to convince all of the various VIP members from foreign nations that the people of Paradis have to be stopped by any means, and that they will gain full control over Paradis within 1 year's time. This is the final decisive battle, and whether they win or lose here will be what affects the fates of their people. Failure will no longer be an option. So, after the meeting, we get a flashback to when Rainer and all of the others first inherited their Titan powers, and we were told their abilities that they had to help out their given Titan forms. We get to see these children completely annihilate a country and their military. But the commander watching them says something that I think is really interesting. He says something along the lines of, they'll end up sympathizing with the devils on that island too, because one day that thing will come to kill them also. Which I'm sure he was referring to the curse of Ymir, but that's interesting because I'm wondering if the predecessors to these children started to sympathize with them and were put down early. And we finally get an answer to what they were thinking when they sent these 8 to 10-year-old children off to war. The reason they sent them was that children are way easier to manipulate than adults are. So that's really making me wonder if the predecessors did something crazy and were put down. For them to have to resort to children, the predecessors must have started to feel sorry for the people of Paradis, or either the memories of the predecessors told them something different. But anyways, this is the reason why the children were sent off to war. And this is where this chapter really got sad for me, guys. Right before the mission starts, Rainer goes and pays a visit to his father. Rainer is so proud and goes to tell his dad, "Look, Dad, I've become a warrior, so now me and Mom are honorary citizens, so now we can all live together as a family." But unfortunately, his dad rejects him. He tells Rainer, "You are the child of the Eldian devil. I never want to see you again. Stay out of my life. I will run away before I let you ruin my life." I wasn't expecting much from Rainer's dad to begin with, but this just kind of hurt me to see. I'm not gonna lie about that. Poor child Rainer, man. So fast forward, and the children have now arrived on the island of Paradis, and we get 2 very interesting pieces of information. First, Rainer was never supposed to be chosen to get the Titan powers. The only reason that he got the Titan powers is because Marcel intervened so that Galliard would not become a Titan shifter. He wanted to protect his brother from the mission that they were faced with, so he faked it so that Rainer came in a higher position than Galliard did. And remember, a few chapters ago, we got confirmation that Rainer was the weakest child in the class, so that makes sense of how he was able to surpass Galliard. And also another reason why Galliard hates him so much. And the second piece of information we get is the original assignment that was given to the children. Now, I never thought it made sense for them to have to stay in that wall for 3 years just to lure the coordinate out. It turns out that we were all right, guys. They were supposed to break the walls and cause so much chaos that they lured the king out and stole the Titan power from him. After they got the power, they were supposed to meet back up with the Marley fleet on the outskirts of Paradis within a few weeks when the moon was full. But after they lost Marcel's power, they probably would have been heavily punished, so I'm assuming Rainer took control of the group and told them that we are gonna stay until we figure all of this out. So they stayed in the walls for years, trying to find the Founding Titan and trying to find a way to clear their names. Which shows why Bert and Rainer were so emotional the first times we saw them talking about their homeland. They were so ready to go back home. Which is why Ymir went with them as a souvenir, because she knew from Galliard's memories that they could not return empty-handed, or their power may have been taken away immediately. The chapter ends with Rainer saying that even though he wasn't supposed to get the powers of a Titan, he has them. He has been chosen as a warrior, and so he will do his duty. He has been given these powers to punish all of the devils on that island and to save all of the innocent Eldians in the Marley, and that's what he is gonna do. Rainer says that he will become a hero. Oh boy, this chapter right here gave us so much information. As soon as I upload this video, I'm going to be working on some other side points that I saw in the chapter, but I just had to get this main point out to you guys. Are you guys excited about what's about to happen in this final battle with the Survey Corps and the Marley? Be sure to comment down below and let me know if I missed anything in this chapter or if you have anything you want to add. And guys, be sure to subscribe for more Attack on Titan content. And hey, until the next video guys, best wishes.